Hi guys, let's play a bit with our friend The Flash. Essentially, I played with him a bit more earlier today. What I ended up doing was I replayed the Patrol Catastrophe mission. As you can see, my combat rating is now 110. Although in reality it's 111. I guess there's a piece of gear somewhere that gives me a boost to my combat rating. I'm not sure which piece it is. I didn't do the trick of assigning a skill point to a weapon that gives me more combat rating, so I'm not sure which piece of gear I have that actually does that. It doesn't really matter. Let's put that back here. So as you can see, I have essentially I've played the Patrol Catastrophe mission 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And out of those 7 times, I did not get a single weapon I could not only not only a single weapon I could use, but I did not get a single weapon I could equip. That's one of the reasons why people freaking hate the random number generator. We have a friend who tried to invite us, or I assume it's a friend. So essentially, by replaying the Patrol Catastrophe mission, I was able to pretty much have 98 gear to every pieces of gear that were 90. Essentially, I replaced all of my 90 gear with 98 gear. Other than the weapon, I'm stuck with an 89 weapon because, as you see, I got multiple weapons, but none that I can even equip or use. Which is why a lot of us hate the random number generator. So essentially, by raising our combat rating, we were able to raise it to 111. I thought I was stuck at 110 and that I would need to do Patrol Catastrophe one more time. But when I checked, I realized that, oh no, my actual combat rating is 111. Essentially, I tried to enter New Genesis, and it turns out I was able to, and I was a bit surprised to be able to enter at 110. But then when I checked, I realized that I was a bit higher than 110. So let's start with talking with our friend Orion.
You don't look like a god, but Oracle seems to think you can help. So be it. I'll not turn away a willing warrior. The basics are these. Defend the planet from parademons and send dregs back to the depths from which they came.
There's been a security malfunction in the League Hall. It looks like a jailbreak, but they've managed to override all of the Hall's defenses. That would be next to impossible.
Essentially, this should probably open up a few missions we didn't have access to. Like now we have access to League Hall malfunction, resource recovery, and that's pretty much it, I guess. There's the Spark of Iron we didn't do also. I'll try to do that a bit later. And for the 4 players, essentially we have access to all the Tier 6 missions. For the Desecrated Cathedral, we need 2 more combat rating, but personally, I don't like it when people go into Desecrated Cathedral with the minimum combat rating, like 113. So I will probably not do that either. So let's start the old friend here. If I'm not mistaken, this is the bounty, which we'll never do. Getting a group for the bounties after a week or two, it's pretty much forget it.
New Genesis is under attack.
So we're going to be able to do the New Genesis defense mission,
the Celestial City,
which is good for 3 marks of victory and a reward box. It's not it's not like with the Patrol Catastrophe. If you can afford it, I would suggest that you replay that mission. But with this one, it's nice that it gives 3 marks of victory and a reward box. But it's not really worth it. It's pretty expensive to replay. I guess I feel like social today. think I'll go elsewhere. As you can see, those dredge are pretty tough, especially at 110. But there is a mission that is a bit easier. Let's try and find it. Unless it's only a villain mission, which is possible. I probably did this mission a lot more as a villain than as a hero. Let's see. Let's try this one. So as you can see, just fighting one parademon at 110, it's pretty difficult. And there should be a third mission that we have access to. Let's try again. Let's go and try that one. So I guess that's going to make me regret that not to team up with our friend LiveQuest. Which one? That's probably the one with the bounty, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna check the other one, and we'll come back if we have to. Wrong one.
Hey, what up?
What up? Not much. There's an evil villain here. It wasn't really the mission I was looking for. So I guess the mission I was looking for is a mission that only villains have access to. Which is sad, but we'll manage. So let's try here. I never really tried to do the mission here. And I think that's going to be a mistake. Maybe I should try as a healer, or maybe I should come back.
I was the one asking about the gloves earlier.
Oh, okay. So did you find the gloves? Oh, we could go check. Let's go check the vendors. Essentially, there is a style vendor that might sell the gloves you're looking for. Let's go check. Because with the vault, the odds of getting the gloves you're looking for are pretty slim. Some people have been playing the vault for like 2 years, 3 years. And
I think you can only get them in the vault.
It's possible. Essentially, it was a logistical officer of gloves,
Yeah.
right? Which I was lucky enough to have with this little guy. So these are the gloves you're looking for. They're not bad-looking gloves. There seems to be only 2 colors. So they're not bad-looking. Let's see if we can get them from... this little fella here sells various styles that were added to the vault at some point.
Customizable colors.
Yeah.
But let's see if Raptor, operative. I guess not. Like you can say I did the vault with this character very often, and I'm still missing quite a few things.
Damn.
So sorry about that. I guess you're gonna have to be patient. Let's talk to our friends at Tana.
Thanks for getting here so quickly. Something weird's going on out there. The Sentinels of Magic are reporting that demonic cults are...
Oh, might as well
good,
pick it
it's
up.
you. We need help stopping the abductions in Gotham and Metropolis.
As you saw our friend at 110, not powerful enough to go into New Genesis yet. Which will teach me not to accept when someone invites me to play those missions. So let's go play a few other missions, and we'll try again. We'll try again when we're a little higher than 110. I guess we could play. Oh, let's start with the vault.
The game's shutting down in 2 hours. Why do they do that?
Oh, it's the daily reset. Essentially, every day the game resets. And the game shuts down for usually about an hour, sometimes a lot more.
Mayhem and prizes. What will it be? Something to flatten your opponents? Or just some useless crap?
If we're lucky, the shutdown only lasts 45 minutes. Essentially, they reset the servers and all that stuff. But if there's been a game update, or if there's been a new episode or something like that, then the game can shut down for an hour, 2 hours, or more. Or sometimes it'll shut down for an hour or more, even if there's no new game update. Hard to know why exactly.
I'm in the vault, hope I get something good.
Well, let's hope you do. But it's the odds of getting what you want very slim.
That's it. Game's over. Step along, nothing to see. Get going before my
So
good
we didn't really get
mood
anything
wears off.
worth it.
That means now.
I only got money.
Yeah, it happens. After a while, it's only a once in a while occasion that you get something you don't have. So let's go play the Patrol Catastrophe one more time. Essentially, I'm farming it for two reasons. I was farming it to essentially increase my gear to be able to reach combat rating 111. But I guess right now the real goal would be to get hopefully a weapon. So let's see how it goes. hear something, but oh, there it is. It's a bit harder to look around when you hear something with the speedster. That's usually when I miss playing a flying character. So let's go back into the patrol catastrophe, and we'll go to Metropolis battle zone after. Could have sworn there it is.
There are men in this city that worship a concoction called
So at 110
venom.
you will notice that the mission is, well, at least a bit easier than at 105.
I have a level 76 and I'm not legendary. What do you think the maximum level I can get to is?
I think it's around 80. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I think it's around that range. Essentially, you need what was it, 84 to get to tier 5. So somewhere around 80, 84 would probably be your max. Essentially, the maximum you can get is the complete tier 4 gear. So if we check on the CR calculator, that'll probably tell us what the top CR we can get is. Oh, I thought we had voided our plan. Usually I don't destroy those crates here, in case if I wake up a guy on the other side, the crates essentially block him from being able to reach us. It's a silly thing, but sometimes it helps. I got scared for a second. I've been crashing at least once a day, or not crashing, disconnecting at least once a day lately. And sometimes I'll go as far as 2 or 3 times a day. Could be more, I guess, but usually after 3 times I call it quits and I do something else.
It was a trap. These machines came out of nowhere. They've already taken out the venom smugglers. We need to stop them.
Ideally, I'm trying to reach 113 to have access to the Flash Museum, so that I can have the Flash helmet. Although I guess after that, I'm going to try to reach, I think it's 131 to be able to get the shock jock style.
Insufficient.
We'll see.
Further analysis required.
Then I feel bad for you.
That's okay, we'll get through it. I burned my power a bit more than usual.
Do you have the Flash's helmet?
No, not yet. I need to have access to the Flash Museum, and I don't have access yet. But soon I'm about 2 CRs away from having access. And luckily I have an account on PC, so I'm going to be able to do it without needing someone else to carry me.
Location data has been divided across numerous drones within Gotham.
All the raids douse over Tier 5 is episodes.
I'm not sure I got that. Just give me a second. Yes, well, even some of the raids tier 4 I think have to do with some episodes. But yes, tier 5 you need an episode, and all the raids after that you need an episode as well. So pretty much all the raids after tier 4 are linked to an episode, and even some of the tier 4 raids. I wouldn't be surprised if at least one of them requires an episode. I think it was Battle of the Earth at the time.
Recalibrating defenses.
So I would say that probably Prime Battleground requires an episode, but
Uploading location data.
I would have to check out.
Strategy updated. Scanning for vulnerabilities. Seeking subjects for union conversion. This
You have Kid Flash?
Data.
Yeah, my Kid Flash is on PC. He's fairly new, so I didn't get the chance to play him much, but at some point. Essentially, I try to have characters of pretty much every level, for various reasons. So I have characters all the way from level 1 to I think my top one is Magneto at 159. I
Divided
think.
across numerous drones within Gotham. I am damaged.
I'm not sure why I cannot pull those drones.
You defy Brainiac.
Essentially, when I'm tired of playing, let's say,
Location data.
missions that requires a 150 or something, then I'll log in a character level 3 and I'll do some level 3 missions. Or if I have a friend who's level 3, I'll log in with a level 3 character to be able to play with him, and things like that. So I kind of like having characters pretty much at every tier in the game. Let's see if we can get a weapon that we can use. Essentially, we're looking for the brawling weapon.
The robots are after my sisters and the beast on the battlefield.
Well, that two-handed weapon would raise our combat rating as well. So ideally, if we can get a weapon we can use, that would be the best. But even a weapon we cannot use would raise our combat rating to maybe 113, which would allow us to get the flash helmet. We'll see. But if I really cannot get the weapon I'm looking for, I may cheat a bit and do a little trick to get to raise my combat rating. I probably should fight the mobs first, but let's hurry instead.
Can't you do the lightning throw from the CW?
Not really. I was using a power at some point that was more or less simulating that, but I changed my loadout since. Maybe I should change it again. Oh. This is about as close to the lightning throw as I have right now. Let me check. And we got a shotgun. Holy crap. So we're 0 and 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's lock it before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 8 attempts, none of the weapons can be equipped. I'm sad. So let's talk to our old friend here.
Thank you, but I have one last request.
So let's see the lightning. I think I have a power. Oh, wrong place. I think I do have a power that could sort of mimic that. Is that this one? Not really. But close. Crap. I think it's arc lightning. This is about as close as it gets for throwing lightning, I guess. Could have sworn there was maybe another one. Tracked, no.
How can I get a flash emblem?
You have to get the Flash T-shirt from the vault. There's no other way. So you mean this emblem, I assume? This is the Flash T-shirt from the vault. Oh well, there is also. I'm lying a bit. There is also this one that you can get that gives you sort of the Flash emblem, but the way the colors are set, you can't really get a nice Flash emblem. Like I'm going to try to change the colors a bit.
For real?
Like, this is about as close to... Oh, let's make it red. This is about as close to the flash emblem as you can get right now. So it's either that or the t-shirt. I'm sorry to tell you that it's going to be that difficult to get the flash emblem. And sadly, the way the colors are set, when you change the colors to try to get the proper emblem, it changes the colors everywhere in the suit.
Thanks.
So, like, if you try to get the yellow lightning, you see you have some yellow on the collarbone or the arms.
Man.
And if you try to get the white in the circle, you get some white again on the side and on the arms. So it's about as close as you can get. So the closest you can get is the t-shirt. But again, obviously it's a t-shirt. Which is why I'm wearing a full face mask. Essentially, I'm cheating the skin color of my character red so that I can, from afar, kind of give the illusion that I'm not wearing a t-shirt. But that's pretty much the only way I know how to mimic the Flash right now. At least with the Flash emblem. There is the Shock Jock style that has a pretty big lightning. That kind of works for a Flash, a Jay Garrick Flash. Sort of.
Nice.
But the Shock Jock, you need to be, I think it's combat rating 131 or something like that to be able to have access to it. So we're gonna have to wait a bit for that.
D. Oh, you ha.
No! I went right through.
VRA Gar.
We Amazons are so tough, we sometimes forget that we
Let's see
can be
what we
injured like
need.
people in the mortal world.
So we still have some 94 shoulders, 94 neck, 94 back, and the rings. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 5 pieces of gear to replace. 6 counting the weapon, but as you can see, the odds of replacing the weapon are not very good. So I guess we're going to go for the shoulders this time, and then next one we'll change the back.
Do you have a Jay Garrick Flash?
No, I don't. Essentially, I'm hoping to turn maybe this little guy here into a hybrid Barry Allen Jay Garrick. So essentially, one armory would be more or less Barry Allen, and the other armory would be Jay Garrick, something like that. I'm not sure yet if Barry Allen will be the DPS or the healer or vice versa. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Because right now I have like a blue Flash look, sort of mimicking the when Flash was a Blue Lantern. And that's my healer armory, and that's my DPS armory with the look I have right now. But I'll probably change one of them to Jay Garrick. Well, I'll probably change this one to Jay Garrick, but I'm not sure if Jay Garrick will be the DPS or the healer yet. I didn't make up my mind yet. I guess I could use one of my PvP armories, but I rarely use them, so... And I kinda like the sort of cosmic look, I guess. I'm not sure yet. Decisions. Sadly, because I'm using the cosmic skin, you can see the armory pretty much stinks.
Do you have a Jay Garrick helmet?
Not yet. Soon. Essentially, let's see if I can. Not yet. Let's purchase a few skill points because why not? Essentially, I have like a 1900 replays, so let's use a few. Let's use some PvP ones, I guess, or I used them up already. This should do the trick. So essentially I'm going to cheat a bit. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to purchase the style of one of the weapons I have. And I'm going to do it also, let's see. I guess I'll use a shotgun since it's a 98 weapon. But first, before I forget, let's create our shoulders. The Patrol Catastrophe is a good mission when you want to build yourself, let's say, a full set of healer gear and a full set of DPS gear. It's a great mission for that because you control essentially which pieces of gear you can get. So each piece of gear is attuned, so you can decide if you make a healer piece or a DPS piece, which pretty much makes it all kinds of awesome. So if you farm the Patrol Catastrophe, you can easily make yourself a full set of healer gear if you don't have one already, and a full set of DPS gear, again, if you don't have one already. It's one of the few missions that I find that it's really worth it to farm it, because you have some control over what you get.
Do you have Quicksilver?
No Quicksilver. I guess I could try and create him on PC. I'll probably still make one more speedster on PC. I'm gonna have to give it some thoughts as to which ones I'll use. Let's see what we need. Red one. Red should do it. There's a bit of a delay in the menu. For the shoulders, as you can see, that's one of the few that actually has a percentage. So usually it's worth taking, even if all you use is a beta mod in it, because the 10% critical healing magnitude is 10% of your healing. So as you go up in level, your healing is stronger, and 10% of that usually means quite a lot, as opposed to 51 restoration, which doesn't really mean much once you have 5,000 restoration or something. And for the mod, we got a 6.3 expert, which is nice. Like right now we have like 8,592 restoration, so an extra 50 doesn't really matter, but 10% of our healing, that's another story. So usually once you reach, I was about to say high level, but once you reach tier 4, tier 5, Getting a percentage as opposed to a flat stat is much better. So much better to have 10% of a stat than maybe an extra 50 restoration or something like that. I hope this made sense. So we're still at 110. So right now, essentially, we're going to change gear that's 94 for gear that's 98. So that's not really going to give us much of a boost. But let's cheat a bit and oh, I can't sell that. Oh well. So let's cheat a bit and essentially we have a shotgun that's item level 98, which is much better than our item level 89. So let's see if we put a point in a shotgun, how much will that raise our combat rating? Sorry, when I try to think at the same time. So there we go. Didn't really matter. So I guess it's enough to raise our combat rating to 111, but the overall combat rating is still at 111. Oh well. Didn't help as much as I hoped. Let's refill our stack. So let's go to Metropolis Battle Zone. If you see me disappear, odds are it will be because the game crashed. As you saw, the loading time took quite a bit. I was getting a bit worried that maybe we would crash. So let's go to the historic district. I should probably avoid anything that gives a loading time, but well. But before we get started here, let's try one of the missions we didn't try yet. So let's try the Spark of Parallax. I seem to recall we get a weapon as a reward, so well, let's give this a try.
I'm not interested in an extended stay on Quard, so let's get the show on the road.
Show some respect, Jordan. I carry the spark of the entity Parallax within me, the first being to experience fear in this universe. I must transfer it to the central power battery before it is snuffed out completely.
I should probably tweak my loadout a bit, because this is really not the best loadout there is. This is essentially what I call a roleplay loadout, more than anything else. Well, I kind of like playing it. And so far, it usually works, more often than not. I heard a something over here.
Destroy Sinestro! We will bring his head to Atrocity!
Sounds like Sinestro bit off more than he can chew.
I will feed you to Parallax.
The manifestation of fear, Parallax, was born the first time a creature experienced terror. The Sinestro core convert that same terror into yellow hard-like constructs which they use in their twisted plans of domination and control. I've experienced a direct connection to Parallax.
Not sure if we have time to raise our friends. I would have been surprised if we would have had the time. So we're going to be careful, and we're going to do those little guys one at a time.
I can't hold them forever. When you're ready to take one down,
I usually start with Vice because Vice is the one I find the toughest to defeat, and the order in which you free them seems to make them a bit tougher each time. So I usually start with Vice at first. Then I'll go with Blaze, and I'll end with Metallo.
I will make your nightmares real.
There's a barrel over there. Don't be silly and don't be afraid to use it.
Feel my might. Give in to fear.
I was half a second too quick. So let's try and catch our breath a bit. I was waiting for those guys. Essentially, there's a wave of mobs like these between each fight. So once you're done fighting Vice, wait a bit, unless you don't want to end up fighting Bleeze and the Red Lanterns at the same time, unless you feel OP enough. Let's summon our own version of Kid Flash. I wish we could customize our sidekick. You can be sure that this little guy would look like Kid Flash if I could.
You cannot defeat me. Terror strike you. Your fears may real.
I guess I'm going to be able to save the barrel for fighting Metallo. Let's wait a bit to see if there's going to be another wave of red lanterns. I guess not.
I will make your nightmares real.
The fight got a little too close to the barrel. It's not a big deal, but usually you want to wait to use the barrel for when you really need it. I mean, we didn't really need it at this time.
Your fears made real.
Must act now. I will be the conduit and transfer the spark of parallax to the battery.
So that wasn't too bad.
It is
Let's
complete.
see what we can get.
Parallax will be reconstituted inside the battery. However, something
Holy crap.
fails. Never mind. You may leave now.
Oh, let's go for the hand
Get no
blasters.
argument from me. And while I can't say I'm thrilled to see Parallax again, it was necessary to keep the emotional spectrum in balance.
It is time for you to leave. Do not make me send for an escort.
All right, let's get out of here. I don't like the way Parallax is eyeballing me.
The area near City Hall is under attack. Head there immediately.
So usually I'll do the
Sapphires
City
are
Hall
taking
mission
advantage of
last.
the mess at City Hall, and are
So
experimenting
let's start with
the
this
Amethyst
one.
Mist
Oh, the
on members of the
Citrine
Corps.
Mist. I hate
Head
this
over
one.
there and slow down their recruitment drive. LexCorp has weaponized the Citrine Mist and is using it against Green Lanterns. I'm sure their scientists have a device that can reverse the process. Go to their field base, find it, and rescue our corpsmen.
I think this is not the one I thought. Or is it? Oh, now I get it. I guess I'm used to doing the villain version. You have to click on the thingy over here. I guess this is the hero version.
You're not taking LexCorp property.
And sadly, it is the one I thought. We're going to have to fight some lanterns. And then we're going to have to follow a little cloud around Lex Tower. Let's try and find ourselves some 3D lanterns. Which usually is the problem with this mission. It's one of the reasons I hate it. but sometimes there's no gritty lanterns to be found anywhere. Let's beat the snot of those orange lantern while we wait. And if you're wondering why I do that, well, essentially it helps us recharge our supercharge a bit slowly but surely. Because the greedy lantern is not there. Let's check on this side. I know they're not supposed to be here, but you never know. Once in a while they're way up here. But I guess not.
LexCorp R&D log 67, researcher Pierce reporting. We're under constant threat from these orange constructs. Mostly they're ignoring us, but they keep taking the citrine mist. How will we make any progress at this rate?
Not sure if it's because the lanterns we need do not spawn for some reason, or once in a while it's because they spawn all the way up there and we can't see them because of that.
Word came from above that we're gonna... I have no idea why those orange lanterns haven't... Anywhere near me.
Not sure why the objective for that mission is flagged. Essentially it's their own mission. As you saw, it didn't give us anything to do that. I guess these are not the lantern we are looking for. Let's try again up here. well, when that happens, there's no miracle. Go do something else. I guess it is quite possible that there is something you can do to attract them, but obviously I don't seem to know what it is, if there is such a thing. So we're going to go towards the City Hall instead. Our other mission is all the way over there. With a bit of luck, tomorrow or next time, we should be able to complete this mission. Could have sworn I heard something. Probably wishful thinking of my part.
Mogo says if you free our friends, we should be able to get that amethyst mist out of them. And Mogo's a smart fella. I mean, his brain must be huge.
So here we have to free those little fellas.
I can't control myself.
Retrieving mist-affected land.
Oh, let's hope I did not attract all the lanterns on the map.
Fear is no match for me. I will endure. Love is my shield.
So this one did not count because it's not one of our friends. So essentially we have a random chance of having either one of our friends or not so friendly lantern.
Love will prevail. The amethyst mist is taking me over. Enemy submit.
Retrieving land with mystic strength.
Leave me be. I can't resist.
Retrieving mystic.
So depending if you're lucky or not, you may have to free quite a few enemies before you find your friends. So don't expect to be able to free only 5 of them, and it's not going to happen. As you can see, you can't really tell who's inside the tube. I'd say you have one chance out of 3 because sometimes it'll be green lanterns, sometimes it'll be yellow lanterns, and sometimes it'll be pink lanterns. But it's not quite 1 out of 3.
Leave me be. I can't resist.
This will be our last one.
Retrieving mist-affected lantern.
So now we need a Star Sapphire Conqueror. There's usually one. Actually, there's a lot more than one. As you can see, I've pulled a little too many lanterns. Well, we got a bit lucky. So we should go back and see our friend Officer Elza, but before we do, let's go back and see if we can get the citrine mist lanterns we're missing. There he is.
Not yours, mine.
So sometimes if you see that things aren't working out, just take a break, go do something else, and come back a bit later. And now we have to follow the little cloud around.
Came from above that we're gonna get bonus.
You may have tracked me down, but we're everywhere. Because Luther says so.
Why there's a security guard that usually spawns with the robot. It's not like you don't even need to fight the security guard to complete the mission. Oh well. So let's try and find another one.
This is not yours to take.
So as you can see, the hardest part is almost to get the lantern you're looking for.
I think the mist has left me.
And then you have to follow the mist around, hoping not to attract every enemies around the Lexport Tower. Where's the mist? Oh. Sometimes that happens. Guess now we have to wait. I guess you can see why I don't like that mission very much. Nope, there's our friend.
I must have these. I swear I saw someone here.
Let's try not to lose the mist this time.
I have no idea why those orange lanterns haven't anywhere near me.
Luther will pay us double what he sees what we can do with this mist.
There we go. So now we can go see our friend Elsa. There's a few collections around here that are worth farming for. I'll probably make a video about that at some point. Oh, there's our friend Dr. Light. I'm sure I've mentioned that we're nowhere ready for Dr. Light. I guess I probably could show a video of fighting Dr. Light with my Magneto. Well, maybe I'll do that sometime.
We don't condone such experiments. We'll need to keep an eye on.
So again, we're up to 4 out of 10. So when you get 10 out of 10, it'll probably unlock that little mission over here.
So, remember how I said we were working on cultivating the spark? Well, don't freak out on me when you see the other part of we. I need you to help us on Quard. Yeah, the Sinestro Core's HQ.
So let's see if we could do something else today, or we'll call it quits. I guess we could try the 2-player mission. So now we have access to the Spark of Ion. Essentially the minimum CR is 105, suggested 106. At 110, we should be okay. But it depends also who's going to be our partner.
This is Waller. You have been temporarily assigned to Task Force
Let's give a little
X.
bow to our friend.
You will be working with members of the Suicide Squad until the mission is complete. I will remind you that our agency appreciates your complete cooperation.
We're temporarily helping Hal Jordan with carrying the Spark of Ion to the central power battery. There's also a great deal of orange lanterns ahead that must be destroyed. Jordan, are you ready yet? We cannot allow the spark to siphon all your ring's power.
I can tell this is gonna be fun.
So I guess our friend wants to do some sort of feat. Why not?
Is that Sinestro?
Sinestro, you missed the old days.
Even if I did, reminiscing is fun. I'm still your superior.
Yeah, the superior pain in my butt.
Beware, another fool driven by greed.
And I'm suddenly craving orange sherbet.
I don't think so.
Terror, strike you!
At 160 it shouldn't take too long.
Alright, let's keep moving.
95. So you can see none of the gear will really help us. The sad part with some of those missions is that
No evil shall
the gear they give us is not as good as some of the previous missions we had.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Another orange lackey. Prepare yourselves. They're coming through.
Looks like the cat's out of the bag. The citrine mist found Cheetah.
Then we shall put that animal down.
That's not creepy at all.
You're through, buddy.
We're almost there. Let's go.
That weapon should be good.
Wait. Before we go in there, we need a plan. If we're going to stand a chance in there, I can't let the spark hold me back. That's why I'm giving it to you temporarily.
Aren't you trusting?
I trust that our friend here doesn't want the entire Green Lantern Corps chasing after them if they run off with it.
Just hurry up!
You're going to feel a surge of energy, but don't worry. They will be wearing your power.
Now we're talking. No more going back.
It's clear. Transfer the spark, Jordan.
All right, here goes. Ion is back. We did it.
Jordan, we're not alone in here.
Romulus? He's been spying on us.
Mine! You go bye-bye!
So now we can fight our friend at Glomulus.
My range charge is low.
Mine
Let's
too.
give a little
I
thumbs
won't
up to our
recharge
friend.
from the central power battery. Ion needs all the willpower he can
I'm
get.
not sure why sometimes the thumbs up doesn't seem to work. Let's give him a little bow too before it's too late.
Well done. I know it wasn't easy playing nice with Green Lantern, but what we accomplished here benefits the entire galaxy.
Could have sworn I heard something.
Let's get out of this place.
Well, let's go for the Might 6. Oh, there it is.
In my travels, I have more than once encountered one particular runt Orange Lantern named Glomulus. Despite his laughable appearance,
I would check if I'm still missing a few investigations or briefings, which I probably am, but next time.
I'm not sure how.
Let's go back straight to our base.
Master Larfleeze.
So we do have our upgraded brawling weapon. So let's put a blast adapter in it. Let's see what collections we got. Oh. So our new weapon will only raise our equipped CR. Because we already raised our overall CR by cheating a bit earlier by putting skill points into another weapon. So we got a new red mod, which was the other than the weapon, maybe that was the best thing we got at that mission. Not sure why. Oh, I thought we could sell something. Oh, I guess not. Oh, no, we should be able to. There we go. $1 is $1. So at 111, we could try. Oh, let's try New Genesis one more time. I guess we're gonna have to be extra careful, and we'll try to have to pull the enemies one at a time.
Self-destruct sequence.
For half a second, I thought we would pull only one of them. But our new weapon seems to be doing a bit of difference. Essentially, our new weapon did two things. It raises our combat rating, which by itself means that we're going to do a bit more damage to the soldiers, and they're going to do a bit less damage to us. And also, it gives us, the weapon by itself gives us some extra DPS. Like the weapon itself gives us 508 DPS. I'm not sure how much more it is compared to our old weapon, but it's a nice bonus. So any extra is a good extra. You can see the difference that only one combat rating does kind of fine. It's not a walk in the park, but it's nowhere near as tough as it was when we first came here. And this time we'll use both our dots. I should probably have waited to be full health first. What can you do?
Data upload activated.
Oh crap.
How long does it take you to get your tunes to level 30?
Data upload activated.
It depends on the character, and I don't know, it depends. Essentially, I've pretty much recorded that with quite a few of my characters. So if you look at, let's say, my Wolverine or my Batman Beyond, you can pretty much see in real time how long it took me to raise the level of those guys. But I'd say, I don't know, a couple of days at most.
Explosives on. Destination signal.
Depends also
Explosives.
how much you play. If you play just an hour, it'll take you maybe a week. If you play just an hour a day, it'll take you longer than if you play for like 6, 7, 8 hours per day.
Explosives on. Awaiting destination signal.
But if you really want to know, just look at the. You don't even have to look at the videos themselves. If you just look at the videos I've made, let's say of my Wolverine up to level 30, and then look at the time each video will last, and then add up all those videos together, it'll give you an idea of how long it took me to raise that character to level 3. If that made any sense.
Self-destruct sequence initiated.
For example, I checked earlier today how long it took my Batman Beyond to go from level 30 to tier 1, and it took about 5 or 6 hours, depending on how you count it. But to reach level 30, yeah, just adding up, let's say the amount of time it took me in my videos to reach level 30 with my Batman Beyond, and it will give you an idea. But of course, that's usually it's with characters. With those characters, I didn't take the time to do, let's say, the booster gold missions or any explorations. So depending on what you actually do, it will have quite an impact on how long it'll take you.
Data upload activated.
But I guess if I were to look at some of my other characters, I could give you a better answer. One priority. That was close. Usually your sidekick will cast a shield to protect you and some healing, but sometimes it can take him a second or two too late to save you.
Data upload.
So don't wait until the very last second to summon your sidekick. Summon him just a little ahead of time to be sure. Oh, we got like... Why not? I can hear something over here. There it is.
Explosives armed. Awaiting detonation. Self-destruct sequence. Explosives on. Awaiting detonation signal.
Three of them. Yeah, that was to be expected. May as well repair while we're here.
How may we aid you?
Yeah, I saw he was blocking. Sometimes you can land your hit just a fraction of a second after he stops blocking.
Self-destruct sequence initiated. Explosives on.
Yeah, I should probably have fought some enemies while my sidekick was there, but I was too much in a hurry to try to get some objectives done instead. So now we only need to fight enemies, so let's focus on that. Sadly, we don't need that anymore. And before I forget, let's refill our stack of colas because why not? So sadly in here, it's kind of hard to try and pull just one of them parademons at a time. I guess they could probably explain it with some sort of hive mind thingy that maybe the parademons have. just making sure that I can heal without enemies spawning around me. Sometimes you have to be a little patient. Again, let's see if we can pull the... Yeah, I should have used my supercharge, but by the time I wanted to, I had started blocking, and if I had stopped blocking, I would have died anyway. Oh well.
I buy, sell, and repair equipment for the good of the insect empire.
Almost there. Let's try another spot. Or maybe not. Freaking healer. Almost there. Let's try and pull them. Let's try those two roll for us. No, not the green goo, not the green goo. Restoration 7.1, that's nice. I think I'm going to take off the whirlwind theme. Overall, I kind of like it, but the problem is that when I use it when I'm being blocked, if the enemy remains in the blocked position, I get interrupted again. So essentially, I get blocked, I fall down, I use a whirlwind, and I get blocked again while I use the whirlwind. So I'm not too happy about how this ability works most of the time. I like it because it is a very typical speedster ability, and it kind of works a bit as a crowd control move on top of being a so let's go collect our reward.
Thank you. The dregs will always be a problem, but you've helped us get them under control.
Some 98 gloves and some trinket. I guess I'll take the gloves, so I'm going to be able to have, or I could go for a might 7. Oh, let's go for might. I was tempted to take the gloves so that I would have some DPS gloves and some healer gloves. But I pretty much use max damage for healer anyway with this little guy, so not as useful as with some of my other characters. And I can, as you can see, I could use the red mod. So let's get rid of the lower one. As you can see, I have some dominance mod, not because I wanted to. Hey, it was that or no mods, so I figured Might as well use them for that for a while. Essentially, I just want to collect the style of the hand blasters. And if you're wondering what my other PvP look, there we go. Kind of like the black and yellow look. Let's give a nice contrast. So I guess our actual combat rating is still 111. So as you can see, we're pretty close to 113. So at 113, we're going to be able to go into the Flash Museum mission. As you can see, it requires 113 to enter. At 113, we're not going to be able to do the mission. But essentially what I'll do is that I'll enter the mission with one of my characters on PC, and that's how I'll have access to the Flash helmet. So we're very close to being able to get the Flash helmet for our Flash. And then after that, let's go see. Pretty sure we don't have access. But... There's this little guy in the middle that we may have access to. Not sure. No, not yet. I guess at 113 we will have access to him, but we're not there yet. So obviously if we don't have access to him, we don't have access to... but we do have access to the one in New Genesis.
Repair your gear?
Yeah, he's selling a 108 gear. I don't think a ring would be enough. Or even a mask. I'll have to give it some thoughts. Well, we're very close. At the worst, if we're lucky, later today or maybe tomorrow, we should be at 113. If not, it's just a matter of a couple of days at most. So I guess that's going to be it for now with our friend Flash Fury. We still have 1 hour before reset, but we've been playing for a while, so I guess it's time for a little break. Or maybe not so much a break as to do some maintenance on maybe some other characters that I have. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Oh, let's check. I mentioned before how it was a bit expensive to reset the mission here. And I'm
There's
going
more
to show
to
you
do
why.
if you're willing to help us again.
So essentially, to reset this mission, it cost 36 marks of 36 replay badges, and but we do get 3 marks of victory. That's essentially it's 12 replay badges per marks of victory. But the gear we do get is a random piece of gear from a reward box. as opposed to the patrol catastrophe. Let's go right now. As opposed to the patrol catastrophe, which costs 12 marks, 12 replay badges to reset, and not much to reset. And essentially, you get 2 marks of victory from that mission. You get a random weapon from the last boss that you defeat. As you can see, sadly, usually it's a weapon you don't use. It seems. Not sure if I thought I wouldn't have to stop. And of course, you can choose a piece of gear, a 98 piece of gear from a list of various pieces of gear. So for 12 marks of victory, the patrol catastrophe gives you quite a lot more than the New Genesis mission does at 30 marks of victory, and at 36 marks of victory. So I'm not sure why I keep on saying marks of victory. Replay badges, but you guys know what I mean. So essentially, for New Genesis requires 3 times the replay badges to reset. But for the same price, you would get 6 marks of victory instead of 3 if you did the same with the Patrol Catastrophe. And you would choose 3 pieces of gear instead of a random reward, and you still get the random weapon. So if you ask me, the Patrol Catastrophe is pretty much the last solo mission that is worth replaying. After that, all the solo missions, either they don't give some very good equipment, or they don't give enough marks, or they take way too long for no good reason. That you may as well just do them once a day. So let me just check if I did the vault. Yeah, I did. I guess I could play those missions over here. Why not? I'm already here.
The fates call on you once again. The details.
So we've got the Scribe
Amazon Princess has a mission for you. Make your way into the battlefield
territory
for new orders.
You look just like the type of warrior we need. Help us out.
Pass up a free exhibit. There seems to be an agent right here.
These wings give me a scouting.
I'm not sure if it's because she just spawned there as I was there, or if I somehow spotted her. You always have a chance to spot hidden enemies. And there's a few things that also increases your chances of spotting hidden enemies, like if you take the iconic power X-ray. And also tanks have some added chances to spot invisible enemies. But I always want, but then again, often it's because enemies just happened to respawn as you were passing by. But I always wonder, like, were those enemies that just happened to respawn? Did I manage to spot them to see the invisible? Or to see the impossible, as Barry Allen would say?
For the Queen!
This should be the last mine, and I think the last boss doesn't seem to be here. So he's probably going to be on the other side. Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight the Amazon for no good reason. So the master should be here somewhere. Sometimes he's a bit further than the area that is marked on the map, and sometimes not. So I guess he's probably here. I think I just saw him. There he is. And yeah, with all the lightning effects, I don't see anything either. Some nice effects, but sometimes it makes it hard to see when an enemy wants to faint, or even if he's just blocking or not. And we're both on this side. So let's see.
Reports have come in that some of my sisters have been captured. You must find out where they are being held.
I tried to avoid her, but it didn't work out. I wasn't sure if she was still interested in me or not. I didn't want to attack some other enemies and then have her attack me out of nowhere. So I thought I may as well take care of her right away. So essentially all you need to do is run around the block and look for the outrunners. But of course, you always have the chance of attracting some evil harpies. starting to wonder if maybe there's another. We did watch your step, Scry Havoc.
Reports have come in that some of my sisters have been captured. You must find out where they are being held. I'm sending you their location. Go rescue my sisters.
Think you're tough. Oh, I heard someone.
I'll get you.
This is one of the bonus bosses you get when you do, I think it's 15 missions in the Wasteland. So let's go save the Amazons. So earlier, if I had started with this mission, I could have done multiple objectives at once. Doesn't matter. So I guess I'm going to change my breakout move. Not sure yet. Maybe I'll go for one of the moves that would simulate the throwing lightning. We'll see. Ooh, the Ellsworth Memorial Hospital. There's too many. There's too many worthless mods. Not sure why they went wrong those days. You have to admit sometimes the devs have some pretty weird idea. They'll add things to the game that end up being pretty useless. Or sometimes there's certain things they don't really think through, I guess. Like I remember at first when they added the white mods to the game, you had to replace your mods every 3 days or something like that. Holy crap, that was all kinds of annoying. But luckily at some point they came to their senses and changed that. But you have to wonder, who in their right mind thought it was a good idea to have people replace their mods every 3 days? I understand that they probably were trying to encourage people to go to their bases as often as possible. But you have to wonder that surely someone told them when they were testing that it wasn't a good idea. But maybe no one told them. Or maybe people told them but they didn't listen, which sometimes happens.
You.
Hi there. I didn't quite get what you said, but I'll say hi anyway. Oh, an exhibit. Sometimes the devs will add things to the game that you have to scratch your head at what their thinking was when they did that. And with all the teleporter mods that are useless, you have to wonder why they added a lot of those. When, quite realistically, most people use only 3, maybe 4 of them, of those mods.
How old are you?
I'm very old. I'm 46 years old. Essentially, I'm about as old as color television. But for a long time, I was looking a lot younger than my age, and I would guess that I don't sound that old. But I mean, I could be mistaken. I hope I didn't disappoint you too much. But what can we do? There's a lot of old men playing video games, it seems.
You sound too 5.
Ah. Ah, you're so sweet of saying that. Where's the... Oh, there he is. This is going to be our last fight, so let's summon our friend.
I make you strong.
Up to my early 30s, people thought I was about 20 years old. Probably because of my baby face. It's only about when I was maybe 35 or more that people started thinking that maybe I was in my late 20s, early 30s.
I hope you learned something useful from those scrying bowls.
Haha.
So let's go back to our base. So overall, that wasn't too bad. We raised our combat rating to 111. We probably have enough marks to purchase a small piece of gear or two. We don't need those gloves anymore. Lots of crap we got from various missions. I'm going to wait a bit until I sell the blasters.
Wow, that face.
Oh, thanks. I guess I'll give you thanks. I guess I'll give you a small tour. Essentially, as you can see, I purchased a bunch of flash-based items. I purchased maybe two or three flash-based items. Some items I did put in my two layers, and the rest is all here. And of course, some stuff like the big flash banners that comes from in the game. If you look at the broker on the broker, you can purchase them for fairly cheap. And as you can see, I did purchase one of the base item packs that you can have on the marketplace. I think I bought that when there was like a 50% sale or something. And some of that stuff, I love that screen. Like that screen, I should probably purchase a few more screens like that. That big table is pretty nice. And the treadmill, holy crap, I love the treadmill. I wish it was functional, like we could use it as a teleporter or something, but what can you do? And the computer screens are pretty sweet too. And combined with some of the TVs.
I'm waiting for the sale so I can buy a power token.
What power do you want to use? What's your power right now, and what power do you want to have?
Where did you got the treadmill?
From the marketplace. There's a flash. I'll show you. If you go into the marketplace, someday it'll load. And the base items, it's the flash base item pack. So essentially you get like one flash portrait banner, two narrow flash music
Mental,
column.
I want to go atomic.
Atomic is a fun power. If you like combos, you're going to love atomic. But if you hate combos, you're going to find atomic rough. Because essentially you get like most powers that depends on combos, you get interrupted a lot. So this is a crafting station, some cabinets. This one I feel like I got yesterday or the day before. And I love those big banners. This is the small
combos.
Okay, well if you love combos, you're going to love Atomic. The combos are pretty fun, and the powers are pretty fun. And also the power is versatile because you can take either the longer combos that allow you to have the Atomic Aura, or you can just use there's essentially two advanced mechanics. One that you can use with the auras, and one that you can just use like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combo, where you just cycle through your powers without actually doing combos per se. So you have both options, which is always nice. So I guess that's going to be it for today, guys. If somehow some of you guys came in late to the stream, essentially as soon as YouTube is done processing the video will be available on YouTube forever. So you're going to be able to watch it whenever you like. And I'd like to take a few minutes to say thank you to everyone who have been sharing those videos. It's much appreciated. I really appreciate when that you guys are doing that. It means a lot. And also, I guess that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.